Hey everybody, it's Gypsy, and welcome to On the Edge of Appalachia. Today is Saturday, January 18th, 2025, and if you saw yesterday's video where I was on my way to the butcher, today is vastly different. I am late going to the flea market. In fact, I wouldn't be going in at all because of the weather, except I had someone contact me and set up a time to purchase something from my booth that I have. And I have a feeling this person is actually going to show up. Sometimes they schedule a time and don't show up, but something's telling me, and this is an item that if somebody wants, they can get really bad. So I'm only going in because of that reason. So what happened was I woke up, getting ready, hoping to leave at my regular time. The roads look fine and everything. It wasn't snowing. Looked at the weather and it said, you know, it was supposed to be snowing, but it wasn't. And the chance of snow lessens as the day goes on. Well, no, it was the other way around. So here I am, stuck going to the flea market in this mess. Go. Okay, so yeah, it's treacherous. I wish if I didn't have that customer coming, I wouldn't be going in at all. You know, okay, so here is my thought for the day. I have been thinking about the word awakens and awakening. And when I first learned about it, it was when my spiritual growth started to become quicker. And I started learning more stuff and everything. And what I had learned back then, that an awakening refers to a spiritual awakening. And it is when you come to realize that things are different. The truth is different than what you thought. Now, I know most people think the truth about how the government and everything is here. Now, though that's part of it, that's not the whole part of it, which makes it not necessarily true. It's much, they got the hill nice and clear. I thought I was going to be really careful coming down here. It's safer here than anywhere else. Trying to think how to explain this. Well, first, like, all right, I hate to say this, well, sort of, but religion. You learn that a lot of the stuff you learn in your religion isn't true. You start to realize that. You begin to see and learn that we are much more than what we were taught. And you know how you hear we only use 10% of our brain. That's true. But we're also not using our spiritual abilities. And, you know, I'm not a Christian, but I believe Jesus as the person existed, and I believe that's what he was trying to tell us a lot and show us, is that you don't know who you are, and you need to learn. You need to learn your power and who you truly are, and you start to learn that. Now, this does lead to you realizing that you were lied to about how things are run here, government-wise, society, all this stuff. Now, what happens to most people, what definitely happened to me, is you feel angry. There's a lot of anger at the beginning when you realize all the lies we've been told. Now, I have told you that from the time I was like 5 years old, 6 years, whatever age I was when I stepped into that kindergarten classroom. Oh yeah, it was 5 because it was 1969, or I was going on 5. I knew I didn't like it. I didn't like the way things were here, the way people acted, the way things were run, the things we were told we had to do. And as a child, I don't think I really thought in specific words. I thought more in feeling. You know, it's different than that. But that's how I felt. Okay, but I did not know. I could not put my finger on the problem. I was too young to understand, etc. And as I got older, I had more and more suspicions. Well, when I started to wake up spiritually, I began to receive more information, more specifics, okay? And so yes, you do get angry. Now, a lot of people who are angry, who first wake up and are angry, they might lash out at people, which I think I may have done, but I can't think of anything specific. But it wasn't, you know, I'm not the type of person to lash out if I feel somebody made an honest mistake, which we all have in this situation. We were lied to, we bought it, we believed it, okay? The point is, okay, hopefully you wake up and accept the truth and you know, make improvements in your life and you grow spiritually. I don't believe in being angry, but it is normal and natural. But here's what I'm seeing, okay? I think, and we do, especially in the last few years, have a tendency to change the definitions of words. So, awakening is one of them. I think people have taken it. If you've ever watched The Matrix, you take one pill, you awake. The other pill, you remain asleep and just carry on as normal. But choosing to awaken is difficult. I'll tell you that. So, in The Matrix, it is about, okay, you realize how things are run here, what's going on. But in The Matrix, it's also a spiritual awakening. But I think there are some people here who just took it as waking up physically to what's going on here, which is fine. I mean, it's a good thing. But I think it's both. So it makes me think, and I don't know, I'm just thinking this. Are there two different kinds of awakening? Because if you awaken spiritually, you're automatically going to start seeing the truth about the physical realm. But I think maybe you don't have to wake up. Oh boy. I'm just thinking about the roads. Maybe you don't have to wake up spiritually to see what's going on here. I don't know. These are things I'm pondering because I see the word awaken. You know, when I first learned about it, it was only used spiritually. But now I see people who are using the word awaken, but there's no spiritual growth or awareness attached to it. And I'm not judging on this. I'm just wondering, is that a thing, that there's two different kinds? You know, so do you have spiritual awakening where you don't just come to realize what's going on here in the physical realm on this planet? You realize it across the universe, across every planet, across every realm that there is. Not that you know 100%, you know everything, because it's just not possible. But you have more awareness of it. And then, you know, you have the physical awakening where it's how things are run here. So I see that a lot. And I'm not saying one is better than the other or right. Because in our existence, and I mean our entire existence, not just this life, there will come a point where you will get there. Okay? It's going to happen. That's what one of our goals are. So it's going to happen. There's no judgment. And if somebody's not at that point, it just means they're just not ready yet. It's all. It's not a race. It's not a contest. And I think when we're in form and we're incarnated, we tend to forget that. But it is not a race. And it does not matter if somebody's not ready to spiritually awaken at this moment or not. It will happen. So I'm not looking at it that way. It's something I'm wondering. Is awakened? Well, obviously it seems to be. I don't know if it was intended to be, but I think now it is. Okay, because you hear, all right, yesterday I was talking to my oldest and dearest friend on the phone last night. We were kind of touched upon what's going on in the world today. And I said, yeah, I don't usually use the word shift unless somebody's spiritual beliefs are like mine. Now, my friend's kind of is, but not at the same time. So I wasn't going to use the word shift. If I was talking to somebody who was like into just spirituality like I am and gets into what people consider really weird, I would have used the word shift. But here my friend used it. I said, well, things are changing. She goes, yeah, there's a shift. I was like, yes. But the shift is definitely a shift in the power structure here on Earth. I mean, it is crystal clear. But the shift is also spiritual on an energetic level. You cannot have a major shift in power like this unless there's an energetic shift. Meaning, well, in this case, that the vibrational frequency of humanity and this planet is rising. Okay. So there are two different kinds of, shift too. Now, my friend and I went on to talk about other things. So I don't know which kind of shift she meant because we didn't get to that point to talk about it. But either one, I believe, is appropriate. But, it's just the thing about awakening. Well, when somebody says they're awakened, I've gotten to the point where, well, what exactly do you mean? Are you talking about you now see what is going on here? Or do you have a full universal awareness? It may be you can't have one without the other. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I'm just wondering about it. So, guess I better get my attention back on this road. I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.